Hey Pisces, welcome to Forever Bliss Tarot with Sky. So we are working on Mercury retrograde readings today. As you know, that started today and ends on August 29th. So, we want to get ahead of the curve and just see what energy is in store for the Pisces collective during this retrograde. Keep in mind, this is a collective reading, so it may resonate, it may not. Just use your discernment and don't force anything that's not a fit. This is predictive energy. It could be something that's going on already or that hasn't even manifested yet. So just use your discernment. So we're going to dive right in and just kind of see what the main theme is for the Pisces collective during this retrograde. Spirit, what is in store for Pisces during this retrograde? What do they need to be aware of? And just the general overall energy that may surround them. So we have info. We have strife. This is the third time strife came out. We have mental. So, info is heed what you hear, read between the lines, fine print, seek advice from those you trust to get more information. And that is a strong message because that is just the type of things that go out of whack with retrograde. Just, information, not reading contracts, and, just being locked into things that you may not have really had all the information. So just make sure you are paying double attention to things that you're entering into, things that you're signing. You also have strife here, arguments, sudden endings, possible third-party meddling, mind games, manipulation, gaslighting. Some of you could have narcissistic energy in your environment. It could be a person, could be a place, could be a boss, a job, a lover, a friend, it could be a number of things, but, just be aware of some of that so you're not blindsided. You also have mental here, which is seek therapy, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, mental illness. So some of you could be, just going through, something very heavy. You could be grieving, and if, things do get heavy to the point of you not being able to bear it, please seek support, whether that be from a professional, from a friend, just from someone you trust. But, you don't have to navigate it alone. That is what I got for that deck. Let's use a different deck to get some general messages for the Pisces collective during retrograde. What is in store? What are some things they may need to look out for? Well, I'm going to let them go. All right. So you have, these came out for someone else too. You have possess a talisman to amplify positive vibes. You also have seek someone to perform or learn to do a hex breaking ritual. So, focusing, I'm going to give this my energy first, but, or just, clarification first, but with mental energy, mental here, strong emphasis on, carrying something around to lift your vibe, whatever that is for you, whether it be, jewelry, certain stones, crystals that you may carry that just help with that, to help lift the energy in case there is something heavy going on. So you also have this, learn to do a hex breaking. So with all this strife, energy, and meddling, mind games, manipulation, there may be a need to return some negative energy to just cleanse yourself, protect yourself, or, even something, more drastic is a hex breaking ritual. If you really have like some hardcore feelings that, you may have been hexed or, evil eye or just something negative has been, just creating energetic clashing in your frequency. So it might be time to either do it yourself, whether that's candles. I'm a candle girl, but you can, do this with baths, rituals, saging. I think you need to do something more than saging though. But whatever your faith is, whether that's Christianity and you want to, light candles to the saints, you want to pray to Archangel Michael, just whoever, whatever your faith is, you need to go there and you need to ask for protection, ask for your ancestors to break whatever could be holding you back and, return it to sender. So we're going to get into the tarot now and see what obstacles may arise for Pisces. Spirit, what obstacles may arise for the Pisces collective? looking for insight on obstacles that could arise for Pisces during this retrograde. Things they need to be aware of, you know, look out for, and just obstacles that could just rear there we go. Got all those. So we have the King of Cups in reverse. We have the Devil in reverse. We have the Eight of Wands, which, I mean, I feel like that's come out for like 8 signs already. So, and not the Eight of Wands, what did I say? The Eight of Cups, and then the Ace of Wands. And then you have the Three of Pentacles. I want to talk about this Three of Pentacles first, because with strife being up here and third party, now you have the Three of Pentacles coming out. Something that might pop up for those of you, you know, that could be dealing with this in a relationship. There might be a third party, or something that, you know, there's some light shed on about a third party. This also could be, you know, a third party doesn't always have to be, you know, romantic or sexual or that kind of thing, but it could just be a third party creating conflict within a situation. So you have the King of Cups here in reverse. King of Cups, water energy, Pisces energy actually. So this could be symbolic of, you know, some manipulative behavior, and that further solidifies the strife card. Someone, something, someone, an environment, just something. You know, there could be some very emotionally manipulative energy. Someone who's bitter, you know, inconsiderate, uncaring, lacking empathy. You might be dealing with some coldness from the person, you know, even some raging behavior, you know, emotionally wounded. And people who tend to operate from an emotionally wounded place, you know, they are manipulative. They manipulate you with emotions, even if it's not raging, you know, just blaming things, making you feel bad for even things that they may have done. You know, it's never, you know, with manipulative people, especially with gaslighting, you know, their disrespect is never the problem. Your reaction to their disrespect is what the problem is. You also have the Devil here in reverse, so that's Capricorn energy, or just Earth energy, but Capricorn heavy. But with the Devil being in reverse, you know, some of you are going to be just kind of confronting these demons. Maybe, you know, you've dealt with a lot of toxicity. You got third party here. You got strife. You've got things you need to move away from. And with the Devil being here in reverse, it's kind of like you reclaiming your power. You just restoring control, or taking control and rebalancing yourself, just exploring those darker aspects and just breaking free from the chains of whatever was binding you, keeping you in, you know, this manipulative energy, or, you know, dealing with it from another party. You have the Ace of Wands here, which that's fire energy, Aries. You know, it's urging as an obstacle. You know, you're being called to move forward into a new beginning, you know, something passionate, a project, maybe even travel, just something growth-wise. But it does look like what's popping up in your energy is definitely manipulative energy, but you're going to be moving away from this with the Eight of Cups here. Water energy, Pisces again, so you're highlighted twice here, but that's you just moving on from this shit. Like, you've got to make a difficult choice. You might be disappointed with it, but, you know, you're leaving it behind, and just, you know, it looks like you're leaving it behind, and you're just going to move past this, because who has the fucking time? Nobody. But good for you. Like, reclaim your power, reclaim. Oh, and bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. Look at that. Obstacle. So, you know, there may be a need with Queen of Swords here, air energy. There may be a need for you to draw some firm boundaries, you know, and that's another obstacle that's coming up. So, you know, it may be a lack of boundaries, or a lack of you communicating what you felt, because, you know, you're constantly trying to please someone else. And that's a typical sign of a Pisces, because you guys are so emotional, like, not emotional in a bad way, but emotionally, like, nurturing. You're caring, you're great listeners, you know, you want people around you to be happy, but sometimes, you know, emotional, you know, they leech off of that. You attract energy vampires, and, you know, there may be a need for you to just kind of communicate, you know, some of the hard things, and just, you know, stand in your boundaries, and cut through the thick of this and serve somebody's ass on a plate if that's what they need, or, and not metaphorically, of course, but like just saying the hard things that need to be said, not biting your tongue. So we want to see what advice do you have for Pisces on how to handle these obstacles, Spirit. Looking for advice on how Pisces should handle the obstacles that are coming up in their energy. Advice on how Pisces should handle the upcoming obstacles. That's too many. Hold on. But one fell on the floor, so let me grab that. Hold on. Oh. I can't get it. I can't get it. There it is. Oh my God, my nails. Okay. So that came out, and then we need one more. Spirit, give me one more card of advice for how Pisces should best handle these obstacles. All right. So you have the Strength card. You have the Nine of Cups in reverse. You have the King of Pentacles upright. And then you also have the Five of Cups in reverse. So the best way to handle this is strength. Have courage. You know, stand in your convictions. Be resilient. Like, you know, put your foot down and stand on that. You know, overcoming these obstacles. That is how you're going to do that. You need to invoke your fire energy, that Leo energy, that, you know, enough is enough. Because one thing about just the emotional sensitivity and attunement of a Pisces, people will try to take advantage of that. But what they don't know is Pisces got that other side that's scarier than all the zodiacs, if you ask me. Plus, you guys are so highly intuitive. So when you do flip that switch and snap and like enough is enough, silence. Like nobody was expecting that, because you're just the, you know, the soft, poetic, artistic, you know, lover kind of, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's how you're going to overcome some of this. You have the Nine of Cups here. That's also in reverse. Now, that's water energy, Pisces, you again. So, you know, it's symbolic of kind of feeling dissatisfied, feeling unfulfilled, maybe, you know, disheartened, disappointed with the lesson or the circumstance. And, you know, how I read that with this being, you know, how you overcome the obstacle, it's you recognizing that you're dissatisfied with whatever is going on. You know, a lot of times you guys are so flexible and, you know, you want people to be happy. You don't want to make a big deal. You know, you guys aren't the feisty rah-rah type and shit. So you just kind of let it roll off of you like water. And, you know, you give people sometimes more than they deserve. And there's this need in order for you to overcome this obstacle, for you to just recognize that feeling in yourself. Like, this is not bringing you fulfillment, and stop being flexible. Stop giving more, giving passes, you know, things like that, because all it's doing is stealing your inner joy and, you know, leaving you feeling depleted. You also have the King of Pentacles here. So another way to get over that is Earth energy, Capricorn, but it's focusing on your abundance, focusing on your material wealth, focusing on your goals, you know, planting those seeds and really staying disciplined in them, you know, so you can actually create, you know, that long-term abundance. The King of Pentacles, that's someone who's a leader, you know, someone who's self-made, ambitious, stable, is a great success. And you know, you needing that focus and just getting back to, you know, your grounded energy, you know, not really paying so much, you know, putting so much into emotions, but putting more into the physical, tangible things that can bring abundance into your life. You have the Five of Cups here in reverse as well, water energy. I want to say Cancer heavy, but, you know, the Five of Cups is moving on. It's, you know, upright, it's grief, it's loss, it's, you know, all the little feelings and sadness. But in reverse, you know, it's you recovering from that. You know, really being resilient and just seeing the silver lining in it. Like, yes, it may have hurt, but you recognize that it was stealing your joy. And you don't want that. And in order for you to overcome this obstacle, you're going to be moving on, or you need to recognize that you need to move forward with this. Forgive yourself, forgive the other person, but move on with resilience and just have an optimistic outlook that, you know, things are going to get better. and you're not stuck here, and this happened for a reason. So now and then you also have the Two of Cups here on the bottom of the deck. So that can be symbolic of in order for you to overcome this obstacle, you might be meeting someone new in your energy, someone who's also a fellow water sign. So you guys will be just super emotionally attuned, and just a mutual attraction, feeling a strong mutual connection. Or again, this could be an environment, but an environment where you feel supported, you feel balanced, you feel just emotionally bonded, emotionally satisfied. So there is that. So let's see what you should focus on for retrograde. Spirit, what should Pisces focus on during this Mercury retrograde? Messages of what Pisces should focus on during this Mercury retrograde. What should be key points, or their primary focus, or just, I see two things. Okay, and then this came. Let's put that there. One more card of clarity. Well, they were like, no, we'll give you two cards. Thank you. So what popped out first was the Six of Cups. Then you have the High Priestess. You have the Fool. You have Judgment. And you have the Four of Pentacles. So what I get from this, what you should be focusing on is following your intuition. Like, you've popped out in your own focus. The High Priestess here, that is, heavy water energy. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but Pisces heavily. You guys are the High Priestess, and you need to be focusing on paying attention to your inner voice, your inner guidance. You guys are the most highly intuitive of the entire zodiac, in my opinion, in many opinions actually, and it's you really following that inner wisdom. You have the Six of Cups here as well. That's water energy. I want to say Scorpio heavily, but it's you finding harmony and joy in that innocence, and even renewing friendships. So some of you may be reconnecting with people from your past, people from your childhood, or reminiscing on fond memories of the past that just kind of help lift your spirit. You also need to be focused on a new beginning, because you have the Fool here. That's air energy, Aquarius heavily, but it's you focusing on moving forward, having that blank slate. Possibilities are endless, potential, you being optimistic, and just being willing to take that risk, which, is scary sometimes. Embarking on something new, unknown, it's also scary, but, it also creates an environment for you to have a completely different experience, because whatever this is that you are, being manipulated, and you got to reclaim your power and the devil, we just gonna get right the fuck away from that and focus on something better, because that's not it. You also have the Judgment here, which with Judgment, it's upright, it's fire energy. I don't want to say fire energy. I feel like Judgment, I feel like Judgment is all the energies, but everybody has their own way of doing things. But it's you focusing on self-awareness. The Judgment is, it's like listening to that inner calling, you seeing it from a higher perspective. Like, you may have been in a place of compliance and, even compromising some of your own values just to appease other people, to create harmony, to not rock the boat. But with Judgment being here, you're being called to evaluate how you've been moving, what you've been tolerating, and just kind of having that awakening where, Judgment is called not only on, people creating turmoil, strife, even giving you mental anxiety to the point of seeking therapy, being depressed. It's time you call Judgment on that shit. Like, Judgment even on yourself for tolerating that. But it's also looking at it from a higher perspective, because you do have the High Priestess here, and you guys are so good at that. But it's forgiving yourself too. It's understanding that, sometimes you've accepted things that weren't that desirable, even with the best of intentions, but it didn't turn out the way that you wanted, and that's okay. It's don't regret giving of yourself in that way. Don't regret even giving to people who were ungrateful, because, what you gave was something that was needed. And anyone taking advantage of it, that's going to be their cross to bear. You good, honey. You see this from a higher perspective. You've awakened to a new heightened way of thinking. I love that Judgment and High Priestess came out in what you should be putting your focus on, because that's just a powerful message for you to move forward in a new beginning, but with a heightened awareness and following your intuition even stronger due to the lesson that you learned. You also have the Four of Pentacles here. That's Earth energy Capricorn, but it's you putting a focus on your own stability. Like I said, you have this King of Pentacles here, which is advice of overcoming the obstacle, but in order to get to the King of Pentacles, how you start there is by planning. It's by, conserving your resources. Maybe, visiting, taking a look at where you may have been pouring too much of, your material wealth in, money, overspending, and just you creating a plan, being more frugal, saving your money, really being a little more, tight with your money, just so you can work on building this very strong foundation that is coming, so that is what I have for that. I want to move into some general advice from Spirit. So let's see, what general advice does Spirit have for the Pisces collective during that retrograde? Just general advice, whatever Spirit feels Pisces needs to know. General advice. Excuse me. All right, Spirit. Asking for general advice from Spirit for the Pisces collective. One more card of advice from Spirit for the Pisces collective during this retrograde. Advice. Look, okay, well, that popped right on out over there. Okay, so you've got the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the World in reverse, and the King of Wands in reverse. And with that being advice, Ten of Wands, fire energy, but, it's feeling burdened and overwhelmed. There might be, you've been taking on too much, whether it be emotionally, whether it even be tolerating too much. You've been taking on too much, and Spirit is advising that, that's something you need to release, especially in order to flourish, because the Nine of Pentacles is that flourishing energy. It's Earth energy, Virgo. It's, success, enjoying the fruits of your labor, living a prosperous life, comfortable, sufficient, stable, independent. Now with the World here in reverse, which is Capricorn energy, it's, maybe you feeling, a lack of completion, a lack of closure in something. There could be something that's unresolved that, you may need to address that. This is advice from Spirit. There could be something where, you're disappointed with the way it's going, disappointed in the lesson. You could be stalling an ending or completing a cycle, and, Spirit is asking you to really take a look at that and get whatever it is that you need from it, or even recognize that you don't need closure from it. You don't, maybe the disrespect or, the way it made you feel, or if it was negative, maybe that's all the closure that you need. So it's a highlight on closing a cycle, or just completing something, mastering something. Just, it's done. Let it go. Learn the lesson. You also have the King of Wands here in reverse. Fire energy, Leo, so with that being advice from Spirit, it's if you have someone that has this type of energy, it's you being aware of it. Someone abusing their power, maybe, ruthless, bullying. The King of Wands in reverse is not a nice guy. He's just not a nice guy or gal. It's not a nice energy, but domineering, arrogant, just really just impulsive actions are detrimental to others, just inconsiderate. And with that being the advice, what it may be saying is, if you have someone in your energy that is like this, that possesses these types of characteristics, and you you're a little unhappy with the cycle and, completing it, maybe stalling completing it. Spirit is advising you need to release the burden of this. Release the burden of it. It's too heavy for you to carry. You have given it the good fight, all right? You have put your blood, sweat, and tears. You've given it all the energy you should, and it's time to just release that, let it go, let the cycle close so you can flourish. Because you've got pentacles on the board, a new beginning, and you've got something coming into your energy that's going to create long-term abundance, or not even something coming into your energy, just you removing certain things from your energy is clearing a path for you to be able to be more focused on your material wealth. And that is what I have for you, Pisces. Let's pull some Akashic records to see what past life messages might come out that Spirit thinks you need to know during this retrograde, or just, messages from higher self. So Spirit, give me an Akashic message for the Pisces collective. What do you want the Pisces collective to know? All right. You guys have Take the High Road and you have Break Free. So with Take the High Road, you're at an impasse with a relationship or situation. It's now time to think bigger. Release desired outcomes and take the positive course of action. And I think that strongly reinforces the spiritual advice over here with, it's time to let this cycle complete. Don't stall anymore. You've done what you can. You just got to release the burden of this so you can have a more positive outcome, which is you flourishing. You have Break Free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's necessary. If you're going to share your true self with others, be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. So just people that are not aligning with your energy, people who are, being negative, not supporting your ideas, maybe, like I said, finding, a reason to just kind of discourage you from what you're working on. It's time to get that energy out of your frequency and just be mindful of it, especially for this retrograde, because that's the type of miscommunication and things that really get magnified. And so Spirit is giving you a heads up on this type of energy coming in and you needing to release it. So that is what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video. If things resonated, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. And just thank you guys so much for tuning in. And good luck on retrograde. May the force be with us all. Have a good one. Love you guys.